installation of Backhoe robot. So the first thing to know about Backhoe is the functionality of this machine. So this machine is very important, especially when you are doing building constructions, because it handles every part in that building construction. So we start by doing our checkup. We have two checkups, either daily checkup and weekly check. So in our daily checks, we start with our engine. These are the heart of this machine. So we check the level of the engine oil, we check the air filter or air intake, we check the cooling system, if you have enough coolant in this machine. So by checking the engine oil every day as you start your job, make sure that you check the level of your oil. Engine oil will help us to cool the engine and will help us to clean the engine and at the same time to lubricate the engine. So I dip my dipstick here. To check this level of the oil, we have the level, it's enough, that's okay. We check the color of this oil. So the color may be a bit milky or dark. So if it's milky, you know that there is some mix up of water in the engine oil. If it's very dark, you know your machine is up to the service. You are supposed to do the servicing of this machine. The other thing, we check the lubrication, if the oil is a bit good to be used in that engine. So I'll get the texture to know if that engine oil is okay. So all three are okay. So we'll proceed to check the air intake. So in our air intake, we have the air cleaner here. So I check the air cleaner. We have the primary, we have the secondary air cleaner element. So these are our primary air cleaner elements. So I can check if my air cleaner is good and in good condition. If not good, you can throw it, and if due to the service, make sure that you change. So you have the secondary one. Here I have given the secondary air cleaner element. So this one will not let any particles of dirt to get inside the engine. So we make sure that you check both when you are doing your checkup. From air cleaner, we'll go to the cooling system. So in our cooling system, we use the coolant here. We check the levels of the coolant. So I can check the level of the coolant. It's in our maximum level. If it's in our minimum level, we are supposed to run our coolant here using this cap. Make sure that you are calculating that much. The other thing that you check in this machine, we have the transmission system. So the transmission system, we have the dipstick here. So the dipstick is showing the gears, so the movement of our gears. Then in this transmission system, the transmission well will help us to lubricate the transmission system to make sure that it cleans the transmission system. At the same time, it cools the transmission system. So we have two levels. If it's very low, you're supposed to hunt and not make sure that you don't put excess transmission oil. By doing that, you make sure that when you top up, you make sure that you measure using this dipstick here. So in case the oil that's some whitish, you're supposed to know that the transmission system has some water inside it. So you're supposed to drain that oil and change and put a fresh transmission oil. And the last three, you check the viscosity of that oil. So you get the temperature to know that the viscosity is well. So the same place that you are checking, you are using this dipstick, is the same place that you are making sure that you hand the same transmission system. And then we go to the hydraulic system up there. So we look the levels of hydraulic. So especially hydraulic, you are supposed to check it after the machine has run. So we'll start our machine, try to lift, use the hydraulic system, and then now we confirm the levels. So we'll use our machines during the operation, and then we know if that the hydraulic well will give us the accurate level. From there, we have the battery. Our battery cutout is here, and our battery is there, down there. So we check even the batteries if they are okay. So make sure that you check that. The next thing that you check, you go this side, come this side. here in this side we have the turbocharger. So the work of this turbocharger is to make sure that it increases the power of the machine by using helping us to move more air inside the engine. So our turbocharger, in case it has any leakages of engine oil or any leakages, we make sure that you repair or you take it before you use that machine. We have the alternator in this machine. The alternator will change our battery charger. So make sure that you check the fan belt if they're okay, and we repair. We make sure that you tighten them if they are very loose. We have the starter motor inside this machine, so you can check the connections of the starter motor if they are okay. So if it's okay, you can leave it like that. From here, in this part, we can check our fuse box. So then we open. So we have our fuse box here, and it's our manual. So the manual for this fuse box will help me to check or maybe there is any problem in any part. The fuse box will help us to make all the system work in this machine in terms of the gauges and the other system. So if any fuse, maybe the ignition, you can check there on it's not working. You can start by checking your fuse box if it's okay. From here, I'll take you to the other structure of this machine. From the tires, we have the front tires. We check your tires if they are okay, they have any cuts, they have enough pressure. So that's what you do in these tires. We have 4 tires in this machine. So the other tire, it's okay. Inside here, we can check the level of that final drive in this machine. So we go around checking our machine if there is anything wrong, any leakage in this machine. So in our hydraulic pipes, hydraulic connections, we check if the hydraulic is okay. So here I don't see any leakages, so we can move around checking our machines. In terms of greasing, we have our joints, many joints in this machine, and we have the greasing nipples that we are supposed to grease every day. So we make sure our machine in these joints are very well lubricated. So we use our greasing gun to make sure that we hand grease every day the parts in these joints. So we can check if they are dry and make sure that you hand your grease before using the machine. From here, maybe I take you through the other system for operation of this machine. So we have the operation of the backhoe. So we'll go from here. So I'll take you on operation of this backhoe loader. And in our operation, first you know how to use our ignition key. We make sure that we put our ignition key here, turn on, you check the gauges before you start the machine. Make sure that you check all the gauges, the operation of these gauges. If there is any gauge that remains here, make sure that you check that component if it's not if it's working well. So here our gauge of fuel is showing up, so meaning that you are supposed to check to our fuel and other gauges. And then from here we have all these levers, the way they are supposed to work. We have the steering, engaging forward levers, neutral levers, and now we have the indicators in this part. So I can indicate to show the direction that I'm moving that machine. So you start by adjusting our steering. So you can put your steering to a level that you feel you're very comfortable when you're working this machine. And adjust your seat also to feel comfortability. You have this part, they'll make you feel comfortable when you're holding this lever to operate the boom and the bucket on this side. The other parts that you check, make sure that your horn is working well. So in case that you are holding the material, you can communicate with the driver and other people who are within the site. The thing that we check, our hazard is working well, our lights are supposed to be working well because they are supposed to be on during the operation sections. The AC, in case there is any leak, so you can check. We warm up the seat for the operator using this one here, and we put our machine on a working mode. So we warm up our engine first by pressing this button here. So this one is will inflate here to show that the engine is ready for work. So that's what we do in this part. Our gauge for, check the gauge for temperature. So it turns the range, will show you that the machine is not in a good condition. So you're supposed to put your machine, at least you check what's wrong with the engine. So we check the temperature gauge here. The fuel gauge is here, supposed to check the fuel gauge is working well. The other buttons, we can check as you operate the equipment. This here is for lifting up the boom and down. So I lift up the boom, I put the boom down, I close the bucket, I open the bucket. The other dozer there, to use that dozer to level the machine, to when you are doing the landscaping, to make sure that you level the ground using this dozer. The handbrake lever here, so you can engage the handbrake, or when you want to use the, when you are using the machine, you put off the handbrake. The gear lever, the button here that you are pressing here, it will help you to change the gears like a clutch in this machine, so it's electrical. So I can engage gear number 1 when the machine is on motion. So I can engage another gear, number 2 or number 3 or number 4. So use the gear number 1 always when you are working. Use gear number 1 when you are doing your leveling, scooping the material. You can use gear number 1. Number 2, you can use it when you are leveling. Number 3 and 4, you use it when maybe taking your machine to the site. So you can, those are the speed gears that you have in this machine. The other button that we check here is this one for engaging 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. So when you're working the front bucket, make sure that you engage the 4-wheel so that the machine can have a good traction on the ground. So we engage the 4-wheel drive. When you're moving with your machine, maybe you're not working the leveling, you can use the 2-wheel drive so that your machine, you can maintain the performance to have the enough speed. This one here is for the parking. So we park our machine on this mount. So when you want to use the machine, you can press down there on that button. The gear selector, you put it forward, neutral, reverse. When you want to go reverse, you can get here the sound for reversing. So we'll start our machine. So after checking all the levers are okay, neutral mode, check all gears are okay. So I start my machine. So let's move, try to scoop the material. So I'll engage my gears here. Gear number 1, I put forward and the turn. So Backhoe is very easy to operate. When you operate, you feel comfortable. Use the right gears when you are moving with your machine. Check your trains the way they are when you are moving the machine also. So make sure that you set your bucket. So I'll open my bucket and then I set it to a level that I'll be able to scoop the material. Let's scoop the material. Very easy to scoop the material. So move slowly. You can adjust your bucket up. Close the bucket slowly. Close the bucket up. Close the bucket up. The boom. Slowly. So you have our bucket very full in a very easy way without skidding the tires. That is very easy and amazing. So we can empty the bucket again. So you lift up the boom slowly. So after you lift the boom, then you can stop the machine, open the bucket slowly. Reverse, set your bucket again and make sure that you travel your bucket when it's down so that you can make sure the stability of the machine is okay. So that's the operation in this part. When you are through with your machine, make sure that you pack it, put the bucket down, put the stabilizers down, then give the machine time to go.